So which gets to a pretty interesting topic that we built for this class, where we titled it The Danger versus the Power of Intuition. And so this notion, we had a whole talk last week around emotions, and emotions are very connected to intuition. And intuition is when you are making decisions with incredible speed. It's almost like all the knowledge is already inside you, and then you have a gut instinct of what you want to do, what you're thinking. And because it cuts both ways, we are generally trained to suppress our emotions. We're generally trained to suppress our intuition. As much as people give advice that way, when it comes to decisions they make, we are trained almost automatically to suppress our intuition, suppress because it is dangerous. What he talked about was, look, when you think of emotion, it can be protective, it can be destructive. So you have to be careful about it. And so the lesson is, whenever you feel emotion, right, be careful, don't send. People say sleep overnight on it and whatnot. So here's the challenge. And by the way, that's the danger of intuition, the danger of emotion moving that quickly. So he was sharing what he thought was an important lesson, and take this lesson and whatnot. And so we challenged him on the call saying, so here's the flip side of intuition, right? The flip side of emotion. Instead of actually suppressing, if we were there, Megan and I, and we challenged you, right? So not to hit send, but we're going to challenge you, pushing higher into the emotion and just blurt out unfiltered what you want them to do, why you're so upset, what you wish they had done. And have you found instances where in the act of blurting it out, like nuggets of gold come out of your mouth, capturing a shortcut to usually solve very difficult problems. But because we don't blurt this out, we're instantly training ourselves to suppress. And usually when you find your emotions charged up, right? Charged up as in you get angry or you get really depressed, whichever side it might be, that's the instant something triggered it, which means that your intuition, which in some ways is your life database of all your life experiences and knowledge summed up, weighted inside your own system, just rapidly. It's a version of like ChatGPT. It's a version, but it's more powerful, but it's a different type of power. If you are able to monitor your energy scale, how the middle zone is the zone that is most ineffective for intuition. Intuition is best on either end of the pie. Really good energy, really bad energy. And so a lot of us think about 8, 9, 10 really good energy, but we usually think 0, 1, 2 is bad. And we spend a lot of time generally trying to go to the middle. So we'll use this term a lot, 3, 7 energy, right? 3, 7 simply meaning you're in that mediocre energy zone. You are neither super charged up and excited, but you're not like down and depressed either.
You're saying you can do a lot of logical, analytical thinking work when you have that mid-energy brain, but to actually do really creative, intuitive work, you've got to either oscillate from, we call it bad energy, but it's a different kind of energy than the really good energy, but both extremes is where good things come out of. Right. But when you're in that mid, you're kind of like, say it like dead behind the eyes a little bit, right? Like you're just kind of slogging through.
Right in that middle zone is where intuition is the weakest. And this is very counterintuitive because logical work often seems strongest in that middle. So it's the complete opposite from the logical brain versus the intuitive brain. Versus when you go at the very top and at the bottom. And the best way to think of top and bottom is this: until you cross the peak or the value, you won't know what top looks like. And you won't know what bottom looks like. So if you think about pushing yourself to the point of failure, that's what happens at the top. You get so much energy, and you can tell when you hit that peak and then you're on the other side is the only way you'll know. When you get so depleted that you almost feel your entire body and brain shut down as if you powered off, and then you start to charge back up, that's the only way you'll know bottom. Most of us try to avoid both of them. And most of us try to spend the least amount of time and actually see those 2 points as dangerous or bad.